More of a fun fact 91 than 90 was, but this is fun fact 91. And good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. Good morning. You couldn't see that, I'm sure, because I'm too close to the camera. Yeah. Number 91 is I finished watching the second season of Loki and really like the characters and everything. The storyline, I like some of the technology and some of the redundancies of characterization, like the one who remains. I kind of like that. And how certain things in time affect other things in time. But my issues with flipping around in time, and that's what Loki is all about. It's flipping around in time. And they even use one of my terms that I have used, which is called time slipping. I've done it, but it wasn't that painful and physical, and so the way they did it was much more interesting than I do time slipping. But yeah, some of they're connecting the dots okay through time, and they're really folding it pretty neatly. But I do see some of the issues of, because if they go back, I said it in Fun Fact 90, but if you go back to, if you get to the end, and any time throughout the beginning and the end, you can go back to the beginning and start again, or you can get to the end and start again. So they're not, the loop of time isn't quite there, because if you know that you can flip through time in different timelines, you should be able to go back in time to stop other things from happening. But then you don't have a story, and the storyline could be dull and boring. So I do still have problems, but I like the TVA. I like how it's out of time, but then things in time are affecting the TVA, and people flipping in and out of time are affecting the TVA that's out of time. So it's all the little puzzle pieces aren't fitting together neatly when it comes to time and the timelines. But I'll give it a check mark because it does pretty good with time, and that's one of my, time travel is one of my pet peeves, and trying to keep it clean and make sure that the flipping in and out and the changes are followed through. And knowing that you can always go back in time to fix the problem. You can keep going back in time. If you can travel time in timelines, you can always go back and change what happened. But it could change your future. Like, you might not be born. Oh, I watched another thing. What was it called? It was a live action. I'm trying to think of it. But two people end up disappearing in it because that timeline ended. And so that person was never born. It was called Bodies. And that was really interesting how they ended it. There were some time issues with that, but actually it was pretty clean. So comparing Loki and Bodies had it more together. Erased and Bodies had it more together than Loki, but Loki has it more together than most any other time travel things that I've seen. That, and we'll just say, what was the, it was the Marvel universe where Thanos wipes out 50% of the people. And then they come back, and it's like, they even look at the camera and go, well, that's just the way it works. Well, could we just go back in time? No, because I can explain all the time stuff to you. It's like, yeah, because you guys, there's no way. So I would recommend Loki. It's a good watch, but once again, the time is not great. Recommend Bodies and, of course, Erased. But I didn't see the live action of Erased. So, yeah. Fun fact 91, Loki, and maybe a little Bodies. Ciao, Bellas.